Hello, this is Alan Bullard here. I'd like to talk to you today about my new orchestral piece. Now, it's a funny thing really, writing music. I like to do some every day, though I don't always know how I do it. I suppose there's a kind of learnt musical skill, just as there is a skill in writing words. And I think that always when I'm writing a piece, I find that the ideas and the melodies go round and round in my mind all the time, not just when I'm sitting at my desk. But sometimes it's rather more than that, and a piece of music really takes you over and in a sense pours out naturally onto the page. That may be true because there's some kind of deeper meaning behind the music. I felt this was true of my choral cantata Wondrous Cross, for example, and I also feel that it's true of my new orchestral piece, Friston Moor. A little bit of background here, I think. My wife Jan and I have a cottage in the village of Friston, which is near Snape in Suffolk. And one of our favourite walks from there is to the area just north of the 14th century village church. It's a beautiful space with wide skies, ever-changing crops, public footpaths, hedgerows and woodland, and it's right next to the church. Just as railway viaducts cross hillsides, the electricity pylons that cross this landscape on their way from Sizewell to Ipswich and beyond give a kind of sense of perspective and of hidden power, which I once found rather pleasing and exciting. But things have changed, and now the pylons feel menacing and frightening. I always thought that green energy from wind farms, was a really good thing, because it avoided pollution, it preserved the landscape, it avoided damage to wildlife or to humans, etc. But that doesn't seem to be the case here. There's currently a proposal from Scottish Power Renewables and the National Grid to build 3 large substations on this site, right next to the church and the edge of the village, covering over 35 acres, destroying footpaths, wildlife and the peaceful tranquility of the village. These substations will, if built, convert the electricity that comes in from North Sea wind farms ready for onward transmission along the power cables. The wind farms are naturally a welcome and relatively carbon-free way of producing electricity, but the ecological aspect of this concept is completely wrecked by the proposal to rip up swathes of countryside all the way from the coast near Bullard, laying underground cables in trenches 60 metres wide right across an area of outstanding national beauty. And Friston will be right next to a massive industrial complex which will overlook the whole village. Without going into too much detail, there are other ways of channeling wind power to the community, such as offshore connectors and networks, but so far these have been overlooked in favour of this destructive proposal. And whatever the outcome, the stress to local people has been and will be immense. So, my orchestral piece, Friston Moor, is my personal response to this situation. My vision was a walk through the fields accompanied by the birds, the animals scurrying in the undergrowth, the land and the sky, the hum of the pylons and the threat of what may be to come. And always there is the village church, very close to the affected area. It's like a kind of dream as the different elements of music overlap. The musical ideas are all derived from the letters of the title, Friston Moor, permutated in various ways, a starting point which gave me flexibility to respond to the varying moods that I was aiming to create, while also giving a sense of logical togetherness. So, it is a piece with a serious message, and I hope that the music will stand up on its own, but in my YouTube film I have added visual images which give a picture of the landscape and I hope add to the dreamlike quality and the drama of the music. And you will see a landscape which, depending on the planner's decisions, may never be the same again. So just search Bullard Friston Moor in YouTube to find the video. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope that it will help people to realise the foolishness of destroying acres of countryside when there are so much better ways of distributing green energy? Thank you for listening.